Hey folks, the joys of wanting to film a video on my couch. Just like Kermit's ghost, the dogs rule the roost. Look at this. Do I really want to disturb what to film the video? And look what we've got around here. Daisy never shows up very well on camera. There you are. Say hello, Daisy. Yes. Oh, the poor doggies. Is Dad going to disturb you? Oh, I don't know. Yes, I think I'll move you over just a slight bit, Jax. I'll put you in a nice position. Don't worry. Right. Let me pause this and we'll get ready for this the next video in the Movie Mad series. I'm sure you're all excited. I know I am. You'll be happy to know I've relocated Jax. I've just relocated him a bit over there. He doesn't look impressed, does he? Oh well, never mind. Right, so here I am, ready to continue my Movie Mad series. So, right, I just filmed a video at the moment earlier about Steel Dawn. But I wanted to film a video about... Well, if the bird will let me. I filmed a video about what I watched over the last week or so. And what I watched over the last week or so... Shh. I don't think that worked. So what I filmed over the last week or so... I'm going to start this video again. You know what? I'm actually not. Look at the doggies. Right. And now I've got my stand. Brilliant. And then my phone's off it. Here we go. Let's repair. Oh, Jesus. Don't you admire the professionalism in my videos? You do. Right. Back to what I was saying. So what I was going to say is what I've been watching over the last week or so. Now, I've got to the stage, as you can see from up here, look behind here, yeah, that my shelves are starting to get a bit fuller again. I do have some space to fit about another 100 Blu-rays, I think. But I was starting to think about thinning out my collection a bit. I'm no one for thinning out my collection. I know a lot of people say you should keep quality in your collection and you should thin it out and have quality stuff you watch over and over again. You know what? Oh, and I'll join you here. Yes, and that's true. But I always like to have the option of going, I really fancy watching that movie today. Might have never had the urge to watch it before, but it's there in my collection if I ever do. So that's my thing. So, but I started to think, right, listen, got to get rid of some movies that I'm never ever going to watch. And these are movies that I decided I was going to get rid of. And it's the Hunger Games series. I didn't think I would ever watch that. And I thought, right, before I make that decision, let's sit down and watch the movies. And I actually really enjoyed the Hunger Games. I don't know if it was. I didn't think it was going to be my cup of tea, but I actually enjoyed it. And so I watched that. I sat down and watched it. And while I'm sitting down and watching it, my daughter, who I always try and convince to watch movies, but she never really watches movies, I says, "Have you seen that? How can you have not seen that?" I say to her all the time, and she goes, and so this is every night, just about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, just a couple of hours before I started going to bed. I thought, right, put Hunger Games on. So I sat there and I watched that, and my daughter, who usually would sit in her room, sat there and watched it with me, and she was going, "Oh, that's interesting." Especially when I started making a joke about the guy, Peter. I always thought his name was Peter throughout the film, but it's no. And I started calling him Tom Holland because I thought he looked like Tom Holland, and she goes, "That's not Tom Holland. That's not Tom Holland." I just kept on calling him Tom and Jennifer. I didn't call him by the character names through the films. And actually, this Steelbook, I think I got paid 50p for it at some point, and I was just going to get rid of it. It's a bit tatty, but it's got the Blu-ray, it's got the special features disc, and it's got a DVD of it. And I actually watched this and I thought, this is actually not too bad. So I finished that movie that night, and the next night I thought, let's pop on Mockingjay Part 1. As you can, I've only got a rental copy of that one. I must do the cheapest version ever, paid 50p for it or something like that. And I watched that. I'm getting them in the wrong order. It was Catching Fire I watched next, wasn't it? Yes. Catching Fire. And I watched that and I thought, this is actually getting pretty good. Pretty entertaining. I'm enjoying this. So the next night, I moved on to Mockingjay Part 1. And I watched that as well. And this, my daughter's been watching this throughout. And actually my wee boy was, later on at night, he started watching some of the movie as well. And I think he enjoyed it too. And this one here, this was the pinnacle. I think this one's the best one. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. And I thought that was pretty good. And it was really, really enjoyable. And I was actually excited to watch the next one the next night. So I did, and I had this in Poundland. It was sealed. I never actually opened it. I tried to use the digital copy to add it to my collection, and it goes, your digital copy is expired. That's what you get for leaving it to whenever. But I watched Mockingjay Part 2, and actually, after being quite excited to watch the conclusion of this one disappointed me a bit. I just didn't think it had the excitement and enthralling of the other ones. Still a good conclusion, and spoiler alert, just in case you've not seen this. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to pause and turn this off. I'm sure you've all seen it. I'm way behind, but I knew she was going to shoot the president that was on her side. Just knew she was going to do that, and it was great. And I didn't like the ending because I wanted to see her become the leader, her fight in elections, her be the leader of the. I know that the whole thing was she just wanted a quiet life with her sister, and you know, again a spoiler alert, she died, her sister, but I would have thought she would have become the president. There should have been elections. There should have been, you know, that she was the president, and that disappointed me a bit. Just the story of her and Peter going away and having a, you know, an ordinary life with 2 kids and that. But I wanted to see her become the president. Maybe that'll be a future. These were books, I'm presuming. But I'd like to see a change in that. Her going back and becoming president of the Pan Am, and I think that would be a much better conclusion. This is, you know what? Just make me the filmmaker. I'll be the director. No problem. I'll sort it out. Imagine that. So there you go, and that is my what I watched over the course of the week. Didn't expect to watch it. Expected to actually chuck these in my collection and get rid of them, but you know, it just shows you. These were probably all 50p each, and that was probably £2 a pound. So for £3.50, I got a whole week's entertainment, and I might watch these again. What I will do though is I'll probably upgrade this rental copy of Mockingjay Part 1 to a decent copy though. But yeah. So in conclusion, sometimes films surprise you. Sometimes films that you don't want to watch suddenly do. So that's why I keep so many in my collection. Good series. Did enjoy it. Well, thank you very much for watching. I do have some other videos to make. Probably be all in the same t-shirt because it's rainy, and why not film the movie updates and upload them later on? Because I say I've got a few pickups to show, got a few other things, and coincidentally, Amazon just dropped off another movie I ordered for my birthday, and it's one I don't think people rate it at all, but it's a special movie to me, and I'll show you that next time. So thanks very much for watching. If you do want to subscribe, feel free, and you can hear me talk about movies once again. Thanks very much, guys. Bye. Ooh, here we go again. Goodbye.